of course, Jerry, Kenzie, Zorti, Nori, Shalfi. This is going to be an exciting one.
Terrorists win. Terrorists win.
Gone.
Yeah, now that's the opening that Formel have been looking for, that one-man deficit. And over on B, it's now a 2 versus 2. Bomb still dropped in T spawn, so that's going to be something that someone needs to go and retrieve, and that's going to delay this final execute coming in. 50 seconds left on the clock. Crowdy's out through Monster. Kenzie's found a big pick in A. There's still really no info to go off, apart from what Jerry's giving now. He sees one, finds one. He sees a few more players advancing onto the B site. Bomb's going to be planted. It's tricky. He's going to have to try and get himself on the bomb site. Going to dodge the bullets through the smoke. 3 versus 3, and the HP is not great on 3 players. 2 for forZe, 1 for Formal. And it looks like forZe are just waiting and praying for an opening kill just to get themselves onto the site. But Formal are going to give them full control. They're happy to play from the taps as Power swings out, finds Zords. Kenzie drops as well, and Jerry is out of there. Formal pick up a crucial round on the board there, first buy round, and that's going to give them a lot of confidence going forward on their T side.
Money's a big issue for forZe right now. Shalfie on 1,800, Jerry was sitting at a plump $4,000, similarly to Norway and Zorti as well. And so, in fact, it does get a little bit difficult here, doesn't it? For forZe, 4 rifles, 2 M4s, 2 FAMASs, and a Desert Eagle. For Formal, there's a real chance to kickstart their campaign on the T side. Nades, flash combo dropped in. Zorti, he's gonna have a good look, beyond this smoke.
Aggressive.
Gotta be careful. Brenz is holding up close. If he doesn't expect this to happen, Zorti will have his head clean off. But Brenz spotted the gun barrel before anything as he follows up for a second. Kenzie, he'll get his hands dirty. He's able to take down Crowney. But ultimately, that man advantage still in favour of the T side. And for forZe, this is where the gimmicky plays have to start coming in.
Well, 2 rifles being exposed, and Formal have obviously seen both of them and killed both of them. They know that the utility is just not going to be there for the CT side. So they can take their time here, try and bait out some util. They're not in a rush. And also, just to point out as well, that forZe did not bring a kit into this round. So, yeah, I was literally going to say they need to gamble a site here and pray it goes to that site. If it doesn't, then you just save the rifles. If Shalfie really wants to, he can push for, for a rifle that's in mid. It's risky, yes, but really, you're only bringing in Kevlar and a Deagle. So, it looks like forZe are going to guess wrong. And Formal will get this bomb down on A.
Volley dropped in by Pulse. Flash dipped in as well. Formal, pretty good point. Just going to be taking some contact in towards A. Bomb set down. Very nicely taken care of, at least, that Formal can get themselves into this one and ultimately, obviously, set that bomb down, give themselves something to write home about. As for forZe themselves, well, I think that this round, a save is probably appropriate, right? No point risking these rifles now, no point sending this fully in and hoping for something to happen. This really just is the wit's end of round 4 and hoping that they can keep as many weapons as next. Try again heading into round 5, but for round 4, Formal will equalise. Norway, one on the exit, Poles closing the gap, more importantly finding the kill. Shalfie with one in response, but Brent will then retaliate. And with that, it's just Jerry left, and for him, an M4A1S is good enough to save.
And that was looking like a really good outcome for forZe all in all. But as soon as they drop 2 players, they're in a lot of trouble now. It's all on Jerry to solo carry the round. And the rest of their side's just going to be on USPs. Cannot afford to invest any more if they want to buy in the next round. And this is the opportunity that Formal would have loved to have had. If you offered it to them before this match started, they would have ripped your hand off for it. Let's not beat around the bush here, Retro. This is a Mount Everest climb for Formal to win this matchup. But so far, they're not showing any signs of worry, any signs of weakness. As Jerry, with that M4A1S, is going to be the first one to drop, and Crowney, no HP, is going to be picked off. Tricky's going to find 2 freebies. I think this round's done and dusted.
Brent, he'll find one more. Tricky the last, and with that, it is indeed the 3rd on the board. And the lead obtained, more importantly here for Formal. they've got themselves a pretty hefty chance to keep this momentum going. And for a side that is a mix for forZe, I don't know, the prep game, I think it's safe to say, won't be their strong suit. It will be more focusing on their own sort of logistics and how they want to play their game. But Formel have really surprised me with sort of the communication and the team play that they're showing, considering this team is just 5 players playing the qualifier to have a bit of fun.
Absolutely, and you know, when you're playing for fun, there's not much to lose. There's no pressure on you. Yes, of course, you'd love to win, but you know, if you lose, it's not the end of the world. You know, you come in as a mate, you're not expected too much. It's a win-win situation is what I'm trying to get at. And Kenzie right now, another aggressive position. It's going to be flashed, and that's going to tee up Crowley for a freebie. And another first blood going away at the T side. This is going to be giving them so much confidence. The opportunity to not only go 2 rounds in the lead, but potentially 3, because the buy coming in for the next round for forZe is going to be a half buy. The way Formel have started off this overpass, you can't see them dropping rounds to something as little as a half buy, as Crowley is a messy, it's a very, very messy gun exchange. Norvi getting aggressive as well, it's kicking off all over the map. And suddenly we're left at a 3v3 with 45 left on the clock.
Definitely not ideal. And again, forZe a pretty good chance of being able to convert this round, which is a scary thing.
I think Poles has seen Norby, right? He's holding this angle like really aggressive.
There's no way he hasn't, right? With this, as you said, the positioning is just so forward, so correct in the assumption that Norby would be playing here. But with 20 seconds left and a missed molly on short, that means the Orb's going to have to barrel out from Monster. And Norby, he only needs 1, and that's the bomb carrier gone. Zorti a second, and just like that, it's shut doors on the B site, and forZe have themselves a 3rd.
Yeah, that round really just came down to the fact that that Molotov gets missed. If that Molotov connects, you know, the players, Norvy's forced to leave barrels. Short player's going to pick him off. B site open, apart from the Heaven player. It's just a little mistakes end up doing the biggest damage sometimes. And now forZe have tied things up. And not only that, their economy suddenly looking in good shape with 3 players alive. They've got pretty much a full buy apart from the MP9 on Kenzie. So it's looking good once again. Swings and roundabouts early on. Just don't know what way the pendulum's going to continue to swing towards. Pulse will be winning that exchange against the MP9. And again, Kenzie dropping first has not done forZe any favours. Got a feel for him though on the MP9. If he has an M4 there or an M4A4, he really could have been winning that matchup. Norway again pushing Monster, and this is a lot of information for forZe because they've got that player pushed on connector and short as well. Zorti's gonna get a little bit loosey-goosey with his play. He finds a kill for it, and it's all so far so good for forZe.
It's looking really good now, and considering how on a knife's edge this whole half was for them in the 3v3, where it was bottled up to Formel finding these man advantages. Now forZe have opened a new chapter of success and running with it. Great from Zorti, able to escape with his life as well. Crowley having a good look from long, and he will try his best to one of these players out of sight. Good for the first. Shalfie will trade, and Pole low HP, and Shalfie very clinical with the A1S. He's going to have them both, and with that, forZe another round stringing them back in front. 3 AK saved as well, and their money looking better by the second.
There it is, and if you look on the flip side, Formals is not, and it's purely down to the fact that they've not really managed to find any plants apart from that one, I believe. So that's going to do some damage in your bank, and now they're having to bring in Deagles and a few HEs into play in this one. forZe should be going 2 rounds ahead. Early miss molly though, and that's not usual for a team of forZe's caliber. Chalfie tried to spray through the cardboard, through to connector, as Jerry's trying to help him out as well. Damage being done. Brent is on 18 HP already. Poles is on 27. This is not the start you would have wanted to your Glocks round, as they're all falling. The bodies are hitting the floor. And forZe pick up another round win. Not only that, 5 players alive. The economy's going to bloom perfectly. And as soon as you thought Form were in a really good spot, forZe suddenly flip it on its head, and now they're in an incredible spot.
Hurts to see. Formal going to give it another go. 4 AKs and a scout on Tricky. Make sure they get the molly right this time. zorZe waited a few seconds, so I think the majority of the T side, yeah, will absolutely beat it. There was no point throwing it. Was late to the mark. For that, they're going to look to punish, but for Shalfie, only a couple of seconds will be his count in round 9. Not ideal. Not ideal at all. For Power, what? Has he just... What did he just do? Wallbanged?
He's tried his luck through the smoke. Yeah, I'm not too sure what's happened there.
But like, look where the X is on the map. Look where the X is. It's like so far deep on the right-hand side. Like, how does he even get that? How does he... I mean, fair play to the lads. I mean, immense from him. Oh, okay, never mind. The X is a bit more deceiving. I thought it was, like, well further in, but maybe just clips him through the corner of some sort. Either way, that is a massive kill to find. And for Formal now, they congregate towards B, looking for that execute to come in. And, of course, for Pulse, the late lurk towards Connector. This is forZe chalked up. They're done.
Yeah. Unless Jerry can get a 3k here and stop this plant, this round is pretty much done. Pulse, how does he not win that one though? Kenzie crouch walking into his crosshair and gets away with it. Jerry's found Crowney as well, and suddenly we're even Stevens in round number 9. Plant does go down. zorZe though getting himself in from short. Brens finds the head of Jerry through the smoke. 3 versus 2, 3 versus 1, and Kenzie has it all to do. Does find the first 2 to find. Halfway gone on the bomb plant though. And he now needs to get moving. He needs to find Tricky or Power, one or the other in quick fashion. Not going to try it. Save's going to be called. And it's going to be Formal getting themselves on the board once more. And they're clawing their way back into this one.
Keeping things competitive. And considering they're on the T side of Overpass, definitely respectful. Definitely a respectful one. Looking at the money standpoint for forZe, I mean, they can make the excuse to reinvest, right? Kenzie's got an AK, we got an AWP on zorZe, plenty of M4s, the utility's pretty good as well. But this is very much the do or die here for forZe. They've invested more money, they've got less in their back pockets. They desperately need this round if they want to stay in front. Otherwise, Formal will not only close the gap, but probably take the lead as well.
Yeah, this is a 2-rounder for Formal. They probably don't know it as of right now. But they will soon know if they win this round and they realise that they're up against, what, the Eagles and USPs, let's say. Because zorZe, after this AWP buy, is not going to really afford anything. So, here we go. Another huge opportunity for Formal. They gave up the last one with that missed Molotov over on the B site. You eradicate the mistakes. And really, that's most of the rounds have been going to forZe just based off Formal's mistakes, right? You know, like when it comes to the buy rounds, it's just been a few missed utility or someone misstepping or just missing, you know, an easy frag. Kenzie not so aggressive this time, but this is still much higher up than I'd like to play 8. Just showing the confidence in the gameplay, holds the angle, sprays perfect, Tricky's gone. 5 versus 4 with under a minute left on the clock. Crowley tried his luck through the smoke, but he's going to eat a load of AK bullets back in his direction. And now it's up to Formal. Do they wish to pursue A, or do they wish to rotate to B?
Spam coming out for the AK of Kenzie, caught in the molly, and for Pulse. It's a free kill. 20 seconds left, though. The last time they left it so late, they were punished for it. They walked into an M4, and they walked into the wrong site. And while they're good for kills towards A, they're going to be sending in towards B. But for Jerry, this is easy. He's found one. Crowley's great, but a second man from Monster, and it's got Norway's name on it. The bomb dropped, and with that comes 6. forZe back to their winning ways. And for Formal, I think it's safe to say their time in Terra is over. And back to a bit of an economical despair as round 11. It should be forZe 7th.
And the biggest rounds of the game so far have all been won by forZe, and you can see how well and how confident they're feeling right now because they're playing so aggressive. Like, there's 20 seconds left on the clock. They've still got 2 players towards B with literally no info apart from A short. They're not committing to the rotate. And, you know, it goes to show their read is correct. Because the bomb ends up going to B. The shots are going to connect onto Brent and Con in this one as Jerry is going to clean up connector. Maybe get him into the bin, man. What do you say, Retro?
Oh, maybe. We'll see. You know, usually there's a skill gap that we accept, and I think he's a little bit below it. You know.
You reckon? Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's close.
Norway, it will get taken down. Crowley at least good for one. AK collected, but for the Opazorti, his round only just beginning as he claims a second soul, and with that, of course, it is forZe up to 7. A 3-round gap established, a safe buffer for forZe to work with, but of course, this is Formel's full buy, and their chance to get back into this game.
Yeah, and this is the chance that Formel had given to them now. You know, they've saved up the previous round. And usually, you know, when their backs have been against the wall in regards to these full buys, where they're going to be on an eco or a half buy next round, they've came out on top. It's just, you know, the rounds where they're going to crack the forZe economy, they've failed to pick up. Power again trying his luck through the smoke. Laurie not going to give him the opportunity to find him this time round. In fact, he's going to hedge his bets towards short, but he's the dodge these fitters through the cardboard as he is looking at the ground for good reason. Doesn't want to get his head completely blown off. And now Shalfie getting aggressive on long, and this is the information that forZe really need right now. Oh, and is he going to get the timing? No one looking his way, and he's also heard Brent's jumping towards mid, so... Oh boy, this is literally a matter of timing. There's no player actually on the A site. Kenzie's rotating. Shalfie's got aggressive along. He has been spotted by Crowney. Crowney's not stopped there. He's going to push for the kill. And that's going to open up this A bomb site. Kenzie now left all on his own because Jerry's pushed up on long as well. They are not expecting 2 players to be playing long. And Jerry's going to get 2. Kenzie as well. And this is going all forZe's way. Tricky. With a 1v4 and a dream to get 5 on the board for Formal. 20 seconds left on the clock. This one is donezo.
I'm wondering if there's going to be a kill after time or if forZe want to go hunting. They will indeed do so. Norway, they're going to take him down to make it his first in this one. 8-4. I mean, talk about definitive. It was a rocky beginning for them. No doubt about it. forZe will be scared about how they started this half. How they're looking to finish it. They're looking on another level right now. And for Formal, desperate times call for desperate measures. This is another half buy. Heading into 14, they're going to go for a full buy and see what they can do. But it really is on its wit's end now. Formal just needs something to show for their C half because 4 rounds not going to be good enough.
It's not, and you know, 5 is still very borderline against a team like forZe. You know how good they're going to be coming onto their T side right now as the Tech 9's making all the noise, running down Kenzie, playing Fountain. What can they do with this? Sorty's going to have a few players to find with the scoped weapon, the green machine, the big green, whatever you want to call it. The loudest gun on the map, that's for sure. Shalfie is here to help him out. Brent's playing aggressive, trying to find something through the smoke. Is he going to check his lefty? We'll see. Zorty, it didn't even cross his mind that a player could push through that smoke because Norby still sticking true to his guns, playing monster finds 2. And that's the round pretty much done unless Brent can get this all picked up and manage to find himself 1v1 gunfights. I don't think forZe at their caliber, their skill level is not going to give him the opportunity. And they will go 5 rounds to the lead, and still that 11 rounds out of the first half is still a possibility on the scoreboard.
Looking, I don't know, on another level right now, forZe. That was against the half buy, and while Formal did throw up a little bit of a fight, it is safe to say that forZe still retained that driver's seat. front foot here on Overpass and for Formel's map pick. Sure, they get to go on the CT side next, but from what I've seen in the first half, and I think, you know, we can communally agree here, Wix, this isn't good enough for Formel. We need to see more from them. And Tricky, in round 14, he'll score first, but Norway will replicate similar success with the AK to take down Brenz. In the minute 30 mark, we are left level here at a 4v4 standpoint. And Kenzie, this is massive. I think he spotted the rifler. I think he knows that Crowney is currently positioned here. And oh, Crowney just knows one better.
Wow. Yeah, just every time so far in this game where you think one person's just going to win the fight, you know, he's spot on for the kill. The other player, the opponent, just turns around and pops their head off. We saw it in Con. Shalfie's just seen a player in short. It's going to be Poles having to shoot his way back. But right now, it's a 3 versus 2 on the B site in favour of Formal. And if they can win this round, they're going to be up against a full buy again. But it's a possibility with 6 rounds on the board out of the first half, and that is going to be a first half success, I think you'd have to say, if you're going to compare the two sides.
Norway jiggling in. Oh, the AWP ever so close. Norway, he's pulled the bait and switch off perfectly. You're not expecting Shalfie here in a million years. It's looking good for forZe as it's just Crowney left, and while he's good for a second, and they are down to 2, the time will be his problem. 20 seconds to get that bomb down. Seems to have a good idea where zorTy is. Tapping away the AK. Norway, he's just trying to force him out into the open. For Crowney, he's going to move into the scope of zorTy. The deagle spam at the end just to add the disrespect. But for forZe, it's double digits and it is confidence for their CT side.
Yeah, a lot of confidence for the CT side. And, well, Formal right now, it's pretty much bare bones in the bankroll. AKs are going to be purchased, but that's going to sacrifice util. Galil's being purchased as well, but you're going to get util. I think just in general for Formal, you know, they're just not winning enough gunfights. It's as simple as that. You've got Power on 5, Tricky on 4, Pulse on 5, Brent on 7, and, you know, after 14 rounds, it's just not good enough. Your top frag is on 14. After 14 rounds, and no one's even close.
This is good spam, but it's just a bait and switch. It's all for Jerry. It's all for Jerry as he lines up 2. Down to 3. Formal left stunned as Power looks for more, but he's not going to find a thing. Not hurting any flies right now. Never mind players here, Formal. Down to 2 AKs and a Galil, but more importantly, this is looking good for 11. This is looking like forZe's map to win. Their CT side wobbly at the beginning, but a steel wall at the end.
Yeah, I think in the early stages of this game, obviously forZe don't have much VODs to go off for Formal, so they don't really know what to expect, and that's where maybe Formal have caught them off guard in the early stages of this match. But we've seen how quick forZe are caught on to exactly what Formal are doing. The continued aggression out of forZe has caused Formal a lot of problems going forward, not just on A, but on Monster on B. You know, they've been aggressive on short as well. Connector, when we saw Jerry, you know, finding that 2K. So far, so good for forZe, and Formal going on to the CT side, most likely 11-4 down as normally finds one. It's Crowney in a 1v3, and that is going to be 11-4 on the board. We're going to switch these sides over. In the meantime, we're going to throw you to a quick commercial break, so don't go anywhere. Go and grab yourselves a drink, keep yourselves hydrated in this hot weather, and we'll see you in a couple minutes' time.
addicted to the wild and nature. If you give me your heart, I'll break it. I've been known to lie, I've been known to lie. I was sitting all alone on the sidewalk when you caught me by surprise. I'm a lone wolf, I die by my own rules. I know when to follow my prey, and now it's right in front of me.
An 11-4 half leaves forZe with a hop, skip and a jump to 16. 5 from their goal on the map pick of Formel. And as we head into the second half, the big question is for Formel is if they can win this pistol, because if they get off to a good start, maybe there is a chance wins. But for now, forZe, they're looking like the better team. For Poles caught blind, absolutely shunted from the barrel position. A double stack on short could get quite scary. Norway reads into it. Power, he'll respond, but Norway looking for more as heads are rolling. forZe, they are looking on fire. For 12, Power denies the bomb plant. Brenz will find a follow-up, but he's left against 2.
Yeah, but he does have a kit, so he can afford to let this bomb go down, but Norway, he's going to play the frag, and that's going to be forZe again, striking first in the pistol. And that's going to be an 8-round deficit for the forZe side now. And yes, they are on the weaker side, but at this stage of the game, you know, they only need to win 40 rounds to win map 1. It's certainly favouring them, to say the least. And now, well, it's up to Formel to try and come up with something here on the CT side, because they full bought. They kind of have to at this stage. It's all or nothing. You're all in. Push the chips into the middle of the felt and hope for the best. Poles, he's on the back of the B site as 2 CTs have dropped. Norby is going to drop himself though, but still, it's going to be all one-way traffic heading northbound on the M25. If you know, you know. And Zorte with the Mac-10, he's not stopping there.
Brenz, deal drawn. Oh, okay, Brenz, looking for more maybe. Good sir. Shall ye wield your gun? No, but the nade might just force it away. Jerry next into the guillotine as Brenz finds a second. Beagle for more? No, Kenzie will eventually find and take him down. 13-4. I think coming back to us real quick, just to fix a little problem at the HUD, I'm guessing. Or not even
you can
us.
see our pretty faces though,
That's,
right?
Look, there you
Mate,
go. Oh,
am I
there
the
we go.
T
Now
player?
I don't know, mate. I don't know. You're losing though. You're winning. I'm losing.
That's true.
So,
that's
there
true.
we go. But decent game so far, mate. I don't think there's much we can comment on. We knew that this game was going to be as one-sided as it was. And forZe just look like the better team right now. They were the better team heading into it. Looking at the odds as well, it very much was stemming to be that way. Of course, this is a 3-map affair, you know, but this is a whole best of 3. And at the end of the day, like, there is a chance that they could send it back into map 2 and you know, maybe push it into map 3 as well. But yeah, for forZe, you're 13-4 ahead. There is no shot that Formel are going to get back into this game.
Yeah, it's not looking likely, to say the least, and that's putting it politely. Shalfie actually managed to creep himself all the way up through Monster. He's going to be spotted last second, hit the brake, stick it in reverse. Whilst the bomb is heading towards the A bomb site, Norway with the Mac-10 is understanding he's probably going to be up against some pistols, so the Mac-10 is probably the best weapon for this scenario. Kenzie just tapping away on the heads of the Formal players, no mercy. And forZe are going to have 14 on the board. Pulse is going to get a consolidation kill.
Bomb has been planted.
But it's really not going to be much more. I'll be shocked if he's allowed to save it as well, because these forZe players smell blood. They are going for the jugular. And they are not allowing Formel to get anything, not even an inch, out of the rounds. And, you know, going back to that saying, give them an inch, they'll take you a mile. That is sometimes the case with these mixed teams. You know, if you give them confidence, you give them a little, you know, advantage in the matches, they suddenly think that they can win the game. But right now, forZe are putting them in their place. And as you said not too long ago, it probably was expected. I'm not sure if it was expected so much to this deficit, you know, it being a 14-4. But yeah, especially when the fact, it was 5-4, right? So forZe have got and won 9 rounds straight. And I wouldn't have imagined that was happening, you know, after the first 9 rounds of the game.
Well, as you can see in the top right-hand corner, it's dust to a mirage. I think, you know, we said it before in the sort of the build-up to the game, before the cameras were set and whatever. We were like, we're not going to need a third map. Like, we had our chips firmly placed on the forZe side. And at the beginning, I think it's safe to say both of us were very stunned to see how well Formel were doing. But sometimes these mixed teams can just get the better of you at the beginning, right? And they start to put up a bit of a fight. You're like, you know, a bit unresponsive. Your reactions are very unrehearsed just because you don't know what you're going to be playing against. But now that forZe have found their groove, they're 10 rounds ahead and 2 rounds away from closing the show here on Overpass, which is the Formel map pick, may I reiterate.
It's Crowley gonna get a kill, and he's on 17 frags right now. He is head, shoulders, knees, not quite toes above the rest of the pack of his side, as he's still pushing, and he's actually got the bomb in his sights as well, and it's all on Norway. Top fragger in the whole server. And he's going to need to find 5 if he wants to win the round. I would not have put it past him. But Formel are going to pick up their first CT round, their first round in 10 times of asking. And now, well, it's comeback time, right? You've kept 5 players alive. The economy's going to be there for you, but you're going to need to at least pick up 8, 9 more rounds at this stage. Get it back to 14, or if not 14, 13. And with the way that forZe are playing, with the way that we know that they play, how good they are, that is going to be extremely unlikely. But I have seen crazier things in Counter-Strike.
Definitely, more abnormal stuff to have happened. For forZe, though, I don't think they're going to let this one drop. I don't think there is a way at all that they lose out again. Utility, going to be barrel on 4. Parl's power, Bren's, and power once more. 4 kills for 2. That is a worthy trade to put them up to 6, and more importantly, put forZe back to square one, as it is Shalfie against 3. And these Deagles, I mean, they've packed a punch. We've seen it in previous rounds. He's now got a Galil to work with as well. Unfortunately, no bomb, and so that's going to be his next priority, just picking it up and making sure he can try and put it elsewhere.
I think his mindset right now needs to be, you know, if I'm not winning this round, I'm just denting this Formel economy up, right? Because if they are going on streaks of rounds, you've got to make it difficult for them. You've got to force FAMASs to be brought up. And the way you do that is purely just by killing the CTs, and there's going to be one of them. Power's going to drop. Tricky and Crowney left. 30 seconds left on the clock line. They know that obviously the bomb's been picked up at this point. Still going to be heading towards the B site, and he needs to find Crowney before he can tap the digits into the bomb.
Picking up a little bit of util as well. Not bad to be scraping all that up and trying to put them on the board. But with 10 seconds to go, this does feel very much all but done. Taps it, stick, those at the AWPers there. 5 seconds, 2 kills in the 1v3. And that is plenty of damage done. Unbelievable, unreal to see forZe come out of that one. Sure, with a round loss, but that is all sorts better than what they would have been had that 1v3 not have gone as close as it was.
Yeah, for sure. And not only that, it also, you know, it puts a bit of fear into Formel. That came extremely close. If Crowney, you know, has a little whiff there, he very well could have lost the round. And it did feel like he missed a fair few bullets, to be fair. So Yeah, it's not still plain sailing for Formal right now. Yes, they're on the blocks, but of course, what matters most is the numbers at the top of the screen. And it's forZe on 14, one round away from picking up some map points. Not match points, obviously, in this best of 3. Brown is trying to frag away, add to his tally. Pretty much playing whack-a-mole right now. Zorti will find him. And funnily enough, we're in a 2 versus 3 here, and this is winnable for forZe if they've got the Deagle and the AWP.
More than just. He's having a good look here, Zorta. Pole's going aggressive. He'll have the bomb in his sights, but doesn't see the player. But this is bad. This is so bad. Okay, no, it's fine. The AWP will not get taken down. Very careful not to die to the nade. But another 1 versus 3 required. But I think this one, even less likely than the previous, because, well, time for 1, for 2, the bomb for 3. Just the weapons that he's facing up against. And with that, it will indeed be number 7. Formal, they are closing the gap, but for forZe, they've got plenty of time before they need to start worrying.
Yeah, and, you know, if Formal, let's just say they do on a comeback, go on a comeback, and, you know, they don't come out with the map win. It's still going to give them a bit of confidence going on Dust 2. Dust 2,
Yes.
renowned for being a super puggy map. I think we could see much of the same as what we saw in the early stage of this, of Overpass, where forZe don't really have any reads or any data to go off for Formal. So you start to see Formal, you know, pick up a few rounds here and there on the buy rounds, just because, you know, they're so unpredictable. And, you know, the rounds that they're picking up at the latter stages of this Overpass map is going to give them back much more confidence going on to Dust 2 than what they would have had if this finished 16.
Had this have been 16-4, I think, you know, momentum's sake, would have been absolutely deflated. But Formal still getting inventive, still getting a bit devious with their game plans at the early stages, and it's tricky. Because he goes aggressive, he finds the kill, he's able to back away, and forZe will not retaliate. No punishment set down. They're just going to fight for the man down in this one.
And now, well, 50 seconds after the clock, Brent has heard squeaky door and connector, so it's possible. Yeah, and he's hearing the steps as well. I don't really know what sort of angle he's holding here. Has he disconnected? Has he disconnected from the server?
Oh, mate. There's
no
way. There's no way. He has as well. Pole's looking to make up for it. Tricky holding monster. Missed shot cost him his life. And a disconnection might just cost them the round, because Jerry's got himself a second. Power and Pole's left off against it. Bomb will be scooped up. Power dropped as well. Not like this. Formal. Such an immaculate way to get back into things, but now it's Poles in the 1v3 and a 4K required. Able to burst down the first. Looking for more. Jerry just tucked in this angle. If Pole swings in, he's got to be careful for his back as well. Zorti caught out, and it might just be, but that finition will be his demise. Jerry keeps his cool, and it will be a 15th. It's match point. forZe given a chance, I can only guess, because of the DC, because of the crash that we've just seen.
Oh, and if that M4A1S has that 5 bullets, if we are playing this game a month ago, I think the round's very winnable. Because he had the read perfect. He just didn't have the ammunition to find the kill. And oh, so many unfortunate events happen in such a short space of time. And thanks for the confirmation. We are in a tech pause right now whilst we have some time to devour what has just happened. Oh, if he finds that 1v3, Formal have so much momentum behind them. But now, after losing the round, after them 2 factors, oh, it's going to be hard to mentally come back from that.
Like, I don't know how you even explain what's just happened. How you even digest what just went in. And as you can see, tech pause giving in. Nice little banner at the bottom to showcase it. Indeed, we are in a tech pause after losing one of the Formal players. And I'm sorry to say, but that is probably the reason why you lose that round, is because we have a single player that disconnects.
Yeah, definitely. he was playing aggressive on short. He's heard squeaky door, and as soon as like the door opened, it crashed his PC or something. And yeah, you know, he gets a teammate's support flash through to short. He swings, probably finds one, if not two, if the flash is good enough. And that's 8 on the board for Formal. But it just wasn't to be. The CSGO gods are just not on Formal's side right now. And, well, yeah, we will wait for Jerry. Excuse me, not Jerry. Who are we waiting for to get back in the server? It's certainly not Pulse's clone, for sure. But nevertheless, I think...
We're waiting on Brenz. That is the man that has
Brenz,
crashed.
thank you. Yeah. Only been casting for 22 rounds, Retro, you know? But yeah, I think with the way this match has panned out so far, and obviously we didn't get too much time to actually truly touch on some analysis, some pre-game analysis, obviously because we got straight into the action. But I was going to say that Formal are going to rely a lot on Tricky Zorp to find some kills here and there. We've seen him with a few aggressive CT AWP shots, getting aggressive on short, finding the monster players. But that's been about it. He's 7 frags after being 22 rounds into the game. It's just not enough for your AWPer. And if the AWPer goes missing, it's hard, to find frags here and there with the M4s or the AKs. Especially on a map like Overpass, long, such an underrated part of the map, to be honest. Because if you have long control, you can do so many things. You can fake A from long very easily with a couple of smokes, or you could just completely execute out A, because long is so difficult to hold from the CT side. But we are back underway, and that's good news. And are we going to be heading over to Dust 2 shortly, or is Formal going to continue their onslaught? We don't, like I said, we don't have 2 pulses in the server. The HUD does need to adjust itself, but it is a 5v4 now. As you can see off the mini-map, we do have 4 blue dots. And then... No, we're still okay, but what's most important is we have the action.
Yes. I was going to say, there are 4 blue dots on the map, but only 3 people supposedly alive. I think... Don't know, mate. Just...
It is what it is. We carry on.
Yeah.
And forZe right now, they're going to carry on towards this A site. The aggression coming up. A short's going to pay off Formal very, very well. Pulse finding that frag. It's got things back onto even terms. 4 versus 4. 44 seconds left on the clock, and Pulse is finding the perfect round to come up clutch.
Needs more though. forZe up, still tracking him down. The spam, got to be careful. Up close, Jerry will find one. 30 seconds left. Crownie, he goes aggressive despite watching his teammate fall, but doesn't spot anyone. And that could be the dead giveaway. Jerry continuing to go aggressive, but will drop him. A second man could be in sight as well. No, that Kenzie's in. Divider as Crownie will spam him down. And with 10 seconds to go, Zorti's got his Adidas shoes on, and he is running for the hills because there is no way he's getting himself into this round. And a missed shot, this could be the death after time here.
Oh, and if it is, it's going to be brutal for Zorti, but not going to happen. It was close. But Formal do get 8 on the board eventually. After the shenanigans, we have Brenz back on the server, on the HUD. And it's looking good for Formal so far. Zorti, he's going to be your one-man army with the AWP, and forZe are going to have to try and play off some of his picks. And, well, Formal right now, for me, they just cannot afford to play aggressive here and leave an M4 in a easy position for a forZe player to pick up.
Having a good look early doors. Seeing what they can do. Unfortunately for forZe, they're not being given much. We had that single AWP saved, and with the Eagle P250 upgrades that they've been given, Formal realising these rifles way too much to give up.
And monster smoke going down as well. It's going to give Brent some security to cross back if he wants to. And lots of utility usage coming out of this CT side now, going to delay the execute, which it looked like forZe were getting ready to go for. And it's just stalling these Glocks and Deagles out a little bit longer. I think at this point, Form will probably know it's going to be an eco out of the T's. Other than that AWP saved, of course. But 30 seconds left on the clock. forZe need to get moving, and they need to move now. Smoke's going to go out. That's going to be it. No flashbangs. And forZe are going to really struggle to get on the site.
Jiggling in, Tricky, looking for the first. Zorty will find one, but the M4 combo just taken over. Now Zorta will find a second. 15 seconds left, and unfortunately, it will just not be enough. P250, Shalfie looking to do the damage. 2 forZe will be happy with, but ultimately it's a 9th on the board for Formel. And the, I don't know, damage reduction definitely being done. They are only down to 6 rounds needed, but 6 in a row I feel like is just too much of a push. And for forZe,
yeah,
they're just going to take another eco. They know they still got rounds to play with, so they're just going to be calculative with their strategy.
Yeah, and I think forZe just have that security right now. If they have 6 more match points, you know, they're not in a rush to find a round, so they can afford to go for these awkward half buys, which you really don't want to take if, you know, it's a 15-12 or 15-13. So yeah, they have that sense of security going for them. Formal right now, gonna have some more confidence frags that they need to find if they want to stay alive on their map pick. And not this again. It hasn't crashed Ben's PC this time round, though.
He's able to escape with his life and with feeling in his fingers for power. The feeling's good as well as he's able to just slip right forward and get a couple of kills. Chalfie will fall to the M4A4 as well. It's a hat-trick for him. And it is double digits for Formal. But at the end of the day, round 26, I feel like will be their demise because it's now a full buy for forZe. And their chance at just being unforgiving in this round and really just putting their foot to the ground and just saying, nope, we're done. We want to go to Dust 2 now.
Let's see if their wishes do come true. Because if Formal do pick up a couple of buy versus buy round wins, maybe the seed of doubt starts to creep into the forZe side. Who knows? I mean, obviously they're going to know for sure that they are the better team, you know, individually and most certainly as a team. As I said earlier, I have seen crazier things happen in the game of Counter-Strike Global Offensive as it's a 1-for-1 in mid, and that's going to favour the T side. The long rotations for the CT is going to cause a bit of trouble if Tricky can't find this kill with the AWP. He's playing aggressive, not going to find anything. And look at the minimap, right, Retro. It's heading towards B, and B is where only one CT player is residing.
Yeah, it's looking really good right now, isn't it, here for forZe? I think there is a second man to join them. Power should be in on site.
Well, look at this aggression on mid. That's so much information
right,
for Formal.
You are dead right. They have played this wonderfully here, Formal. They've got them boxed in, and forZe are none the wiser. The molly used to delay as Poles will find the opening kill. That short control room in. Brenz will go aggressive. Lines up one. A second kill with the A1S, in fact. And now Kenzie to try and stand his ground, and he'll only be good for one. With that, it's a hat-trick for Brenz, but an 11th on the board for Formal. I don't know, man. If you're forZe, alarm bells definitely are ringing.
And imagine, just imagine, I hate to say it to all the Formal fans out there, just imagine if Bren's PC doesn't crash all those rounds ago.
Yeah, it definitely would be a different game, wouldn't it? Definitely would be a different game.
Timeout called from forZe as well, because they need to talk things over.
Yes,
they know Formal, you know, maybe that seed of doubt is starting to creep into the minds of forZe right now. Formal certainly are full of confidence. They have hope. And, well, at this point going forward, if forZe don't pick up plants in the rounds that they are losing, they're not going to have a full buy. So, you know, if you are losing the rounds for forZe, you have to be getting the bomb down, and that's going to secure you a buy for the following round. If not, well, it should be a Formal round win. And if they keep getting those opportunities, could we be seeing an overtime?
You've said it, mate. You said it. Whether it happens or not, I don't know. But you've made your prediction known. You made it known. Jerry. Desert Eagle. Proven to be massive for them in the beginning of this round. And that is an M4 given up. Straight into his back pocket. Or only the leg shot. Now this is massive. This is information. This is chances. And the gap closed. But for Power, he'll find it. Pulls his flashbang to do some of the work. Power's M4 just carrying the weight right now. And we will find a second. Away with the Tech 9. Power a third. Looking for 4. Still spamming away with the A4. And it will indeed Pulls to steal it away. But he'll double up with the AK in the end. So it does not matter. 15-12. Still map point. But this gap, man, is it close.
Very close indeed, and you know, same goes. If forZe don't win this round and they don't get a bomb plant, Formel are going to be on 14.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is the nitty gritty part of the map here. And when you thought Formel were down and out, 14-4, it's turned out to be very unpredictable indeed.
Mollies, everything thrown towards forZe right now to stop them from the immediate control. Crownie waiting on the other side of the incendiary. Waiting for his chance to strike, but Norway, that is bliss. The spam from Poles, close, but no cigar. Norway will only take a couple of bullets through it. And with that, 15-12, this should be 16. Should be.
Yeah, Formula rolling the dice. 3 players towards B. They're hoping a B execute comes out from forZe, and that's the play they really have to make. A team of this caliber, you have to put all your eggs in one basket, and it's gonna not pan out in their favour. The AWPer for Tricky has dropped, and now Shalfie creeping out. A monster has put the nail in the coffin on Overpass, as he's gonna be finding. Oh no! Pulse is going to find Shalfie, but still it's a 4v2 scenario. Norby getting the bomb down. Is this the beginning of the end for the Formal map pick?
It has to be. Power having a good look. 4 is just way too much to ask for, and while he's good for the first, there is so much more damage done to him than it is to forZe. And the bomb, it's already a third of the way gone. It is already too far ticked to even make an impression here on this retake. And unfortunately, even with 2 alive, safe to say, there's too much on the plate. And for Jerry, he'll find one. For Zorta the second. And forZe, man, did it take them long. But 16-12, they get their map pick, or rather their opposition's map pick, under their belt in the opening bout of this best of 3.
Yeah, and I mean, all in all, after what was a 44 scoreline, 16-12 is very, very respectable for Formal, right? I mean, I would not have said Formal were getting in double digits at the start of the map. So the fact that they've come out with 12